Okay.
Five guys talking about climate change. Guess it's important to hear what they say. Arguing over issues every night and day. Now that you listen to the right
Are you
cafe.
serious? Okay. So this is a scam podcast I'm doing about wildfires and climate change. Would you like to introduce yourself? Who wants to start? I'm Nathan Howe, the kid posting the video. Anyone want to introduce? Yo, kid with the map behind your background. Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. Yo, what would you like to say?
We can't hear you.
Okay, you know.
Okay, he'll go last.
Yeah. Okay. You know, you go. You introduce yourself right now.
Who's that? Who? Me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm William Ming, president. Wait, I was president. Vice president of Homestead Esports Club.
So disgusting. Is that it? Okay. Kid with
And
no. What? Is that all?
and I live in California.
Of course. Okay, kid without AirPods. Introduce yourself.
Alright, I am Nathan, the superior one.
Bro.
Close to the host, and
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay, kid with scam AirPods. Introduce yourself.
My name is Nicholas.
Okay, now.
That's about it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, now introduce yourself. Original kid with map behind your background.
This is so sad. This is.
Dude, can you not talk?
I'll introduce for him.
Okay. Introduce for him.
My name is Gavak. I am Armenian. I am very knowledgeable on various subjects, and I'm the smartest person in the group call.
Okay, yeah. So that's Gavor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we should probably first talk about the first pressing question. What are the causes of the environmental problems related to wildfires and climate change?
Okay, you'll go first since you introduced the topic.
Okay, so I feel like some causes of some wildfires, because I feel like wildfires and climate change are kind of interchangeable, since wildfires are caused from an increasing change in temperature from climate change. So really, climate change is kind of caused from pollution and increase in greenhouse gases and ozone layer decreases from these greenhouse gases getting trapped in the ozone layer. Any ideas to add to that? Givork.
Okay, so
Okay, Givork's kind of mic muted, kind of dead. So you go, William.
try unplugging and replugging your mic. Okay, come on.
Okay, we'll get to him later. While he tries to fix this problem. Okay, you go, William.
I can go.
Okay, what do you feel like saying?
So some environmental factors about wildfires is that, like, as a result of wildfires, many medias like to report on that, and reporting uses energy, which is causing global warming depending on how you're getting that energy. So as a result, wildfires are bad.
Okay, I would actually like to add to that with an example, a current example. For, like, I was researching earlier from the BBC News about some wildfires starting
Wait, what
in
does BBC stand for?
British Broadcasting.
British Broadcasting? What's the C? I forgot.
British Broadcasting Communications, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Okay, so let me get an example from BBC News about some Australian wildfires. So they're saying that smoke from fires has become a major hazard. Of course, because believe it or not, an increasing temperature from climate change causes increased fires and sustained fires over time. For example, here, as I mentioned, in Australia, causing even more smoke. It's kind of a cycle. There's more fires, more smoke, and with more smoke in the ozone layer, it kind of depletes the ozone layer and adds greenhouse gases, which causes even more increase in temperature, and everything's kind of done. Yeah, that's an example I would like to add. What are your thoughts, Nicholas?
Okay, I will add on. I realized that forest fires are sort of coming from the dumbness of actual humans. If you
Yeah?
look into stats,
That is very true.
if you look into stats,
Yeah.
cigarettes, campfires are major factors of what start forest fires, and this is what creates forest fires.
And I like to add that many
Yo,
animals
what would you like to add to that,
lose
Nathan?
their homes due to the clumsiness of human beings. You know, like you see that squirrel living up in the tree. If
Yeah.
it burns down, he's done. He's done.
He's done.
Yeah, we can also see from like anything getting produced, like plastic, and maybe the things we're using right now to record in factories. This causes some pollution as well, because creating this stuff in factories causes like a bunch of electronic waste and toxic waste, which will eventually find its way back into the atmosphere and cause depletion ozone gases, ozone layer, as I said earlier, and cause not very good things happening, and increase in temperature relating to climate change, as I said earlier. So, Gevork, have you finally?
Good work. How about just don't use your headphones? You should use your built-in mic. Oh my god, this guy's in the primitive method.
Yeah. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
Dude, just type in the chat. Okay, but this kid, see, by not using as much.
Ooh.
Dude, we can't see it.
And paper.
Okay. Oh well.
It's like this guy doesn't know a Discord chat exists.
Yep.
Okay,
Like he is getting.
you know.
Divorce. Moving your hands, we cannot hear you. That does not fix the problem.
Wait, go back private message me. William, unlock Discord, let me leave and rejoin. Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Save changes.
Okay.
I guess we're waiting for him.
Hello. Oh
Oh,
my
we can hear you. Okay, well, okay. Introduce yourself again, since.
god. Okay. Jesus. Alright. Hello guys, my name is Gavork. And about the wildfires,
Yeah.
you know, the Amazon rainforest is
Oh,
in
yeah, that's a
grave
good
danger.
example. Amazon rainforest.
Yeah,
Wait, the company Amazon owns the rainforest?
Bruh.
what I'm trying to say is that
Where is it? I want to go there someday.
Yeah, me too.
basically what's happening is that deforestation by the Brazilian government and other companies there is causing the extinction of the forest, and that forest is extremely important because it contributes a large part of the oxygen in the earth.
Wait, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
How does that have anything to do with wildfires?
Well, also because also it also connects to global warming because there's a lot of fires going on in the Amazon rainforest.
Oh, that is true. That is a wildfire, and because of climate change, it's like kind of like the Australian wildfires in a way, but in like I think is the Amazon rainforest in Brazil? I'm pretty sure it's in Brazil.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah. I'm
It also connects into Venezuela and other countries.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
gonna bring
I
up.
you didn't know where the Amazon rainforest.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know where it was for a second, but you know what? I'm gonna bring up that the fact that Chica Mendes, there's this guy I watched a documentary on from this class about Chica Mendes. He was an activist. It was pretty cool. He tried to stop he was an activist against the deforestation. Actually, this is off topic. Never mind. It was like something about deforestation of the Amazon rainforest, and he got assassinated for it. That's kind of a quick summary of it. Okay, so the next question: how does your topic, or how does wildfires and climate change relate to the tragedy of the commons? Do you guys know what the tragedy of the commons is?
No, I did not. Please inform us or me.
Okay, so let me try to explain it. So the tragedy of the commons is basically when there's a shared pool of resources between a bunch of people. Let's just say 10 people or so. I don't think it really matters how many people there are. So there's a shared group of resources, and it replenishes every time. Let's say, I'll use a fish example. Yeah, fish. So everybody there's like 10 people there, so there's 20 fishes in total. So each person can get one fish a day. Okay? And at the end of the day, it leaves 10 fishes in the pool. So those 10 fishes can repopulate. Let's assume that they can repopulate in one day back to 20 fishes. So if every person continuously gets one fish, out of the 10 people, there will always be 20 fish the next day, and it will always repopulate again and again. But the tragedy of the commons is, in this scenario, what if people are like greedy and just take 2 or 3? The tragedy of commons is basically the mentality that these people have of human greed. So they each of them are like, oh my god, that person's probably taking like extra 2 or 3 fishes. So everyone ends up taking 2 or 3 fishes, and would you end up with 0 fishes by the end of the day? Because everyone's taking 2 or 3 fishes instead of 1, so the fishes can't replenish. That's a tragedy of the commons. Because it's a tragedy of common people, of the human greed taking more than they need. That's a tragedy of the commons.
Alright.
Do you got it?
Wait, so how does this relate?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, well, that's
Well, with the wildfires, there could be a decrease in these resources that are shared by the people. So, with this decrease in the amount of resources, if one person chooses to, take all the resources, like in your example, if someone took 2 or 3 fishes, there would still be at least a few left for other people. But because of the wildfires, there could be less. So if someone takes all of them, the rest of the people are affected in a negative way.
You know, in my opinion, I don't really think wildfires can relate to tragedy of the commons that well. Someone can correct me on that. I feel like it relates to climate change more because. Okay, what would you like to say, Edward?
What if there's like 2 competing? Oh, you can go first.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think that tragedy of commons, that relates more to the reason why communism in general, in my opinion, is flawed. Because humans are naturally greedy. And, yeah, I know this is kind of off topic, but
Okay, Mark, why
that
are you
thing would
bringing
be better used for that.
into this?
Oh, that's a good example. You know, I feel like climate change relates more to the tragedy of commons because of how people, like in America, capitalism. I feel like it doesn't only apply to communism; it can apply to capitalism as well because a bunch of people, they could like put out a bunch of, let me think of an example, a bunch of phones or
Toilet
whatever.
paper, for example.
Yeah,
is a
toilet
good
paper. True, toilet paper. That relates to wildfires as well because there's less trees to like get impact. There's less trees to protect the initial impact of the wildfires. But anyways, yeah, toilet paper because all these people, because COVID-19 hogging all these goddamn toilet papers, that there's not enough for everyone, and now we have like toilet paper shortages every time I go Smart and Final or Costco.
Yep.
Would you like to add something, Nicholas?
Well, I think we have to realize that all of this connects back to the animals. There's millions of animals out there that are dying because of these forest fires.
But how's this relate to tragedy of the commons?
See, like some people might not get enough things to eat, so they have to resort to more exotic foods. And as a result, because of, like some human greed of like camping and like not putting out their forest fire, as a result, that some other people are affected and cannot eat.
Very wise words.
Oh no, I missed my 3-course meal of orangutan.
Going back to the previous question, I'm sorry kids, I'm gonna have to go backtrack on the previous question about what are the causes of the environmental problems related to it. I just wanted to bring up another example of this other country I have in mind called, I'm not sure if you guys know about it, it's called Russia.
Alright.
What's
Okay,
Russia? Can you give me? Can you give
What
a
does
brief
Russia
like
have to do with any of this?
description
Okay,
for
sure.
people who don't know what Russia is?
Okay, so it's this big country in Europe, I think. Wait, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in Europe.
Europe and
Yeah,
Asia.
Europe and Asia. So it's this
Both continents.
giant big country, used to be part of the Soviet Union, and I think it's still communist or maybe a little bit socialist. Yeah, that's my brief rundown of Russia, basically. And according to the site I'm using, not BBC News, it's like corrosion-doctors.org. It's like mentioning how air pollution is a big problem in Russia, which is causing a bunch of corrosion in the atmosphere, and how apparently in Moscow a bunch of people are driving cars, so like 90% of the air pollution, or even more in fact, is caused by cars. Since I feel like one of us here has a direct correlation to Russia, how would you like to comment on this?
Okay, so basically my great-grandmother
okay.
is full Russian, so that makes me 1/16th, and I would like to comment that, like, I think Russian people shouldn't drive cars.
But, no, but...
Also,
Yeah.
I have Nathan Howe, in that position right now, you kind of look like Doctor Disrespect.
Okay, I want to
That's
talk
what
about.
that's what I have to
Okay,
say.
okay. So what do you have to say, Gavork? Do you have any comments on this?
Yeah, China, America make more pollution than Russia.
That is very true.
That is
That
true.
helps me bring me to another source. Okay, I'm not gonna really talk about America since most of the people probably listening to this are from America, so they probably get it already. But I also got another source from like China about from the Earth Observatory. Oh yeah, or NASA. It's from NASA basically. NASA's basically saying that airborne nitrogen dioxide is like plummeting over China. And there are pollution drops in China apparently. So that's kind of a rebuttal to your statement that China is like such a big polluted country because China's actually decreasing in pollution lately.
Well,
Yeah, people.
it's
pollution
mainly
is
only because of a
decreasing throughout the whole
certain
world.
COVID-19.
Especially
and,
like okay, look, chill out for a moment. I just gotta bring out about how for some reason there's a bunch of pollution drops in Wuhan. Like, I wonder why that's happening.
oh, I don't know.
Does anyone know why?
Wait,
Maybe
Is
because
this happening across the world?
what?
It's not like
Or
there's
is
a
it just in
global
Wuhan?
or anything.
Pardon. What'd you say?
Is it happening across the world or is it just Wuhan?
It's happening across China actually, but this NASA study focuses on mainly Wuhan. But in Beijing, I guess, yeah, in Beijing, it's kind of mostly happening in the Beijing area. But Wuhan is like lesser affected because I guess coronavirus has a part to play in this because of the businesses shutting down, so there's less contributions to pollution. Yeah, from these examples. Or overall, from these examples, like you could specify onto these examples, or maybe the world as a whole. Do you have any solutions to this issue of wildfires and climate change at an individual, local, or global level?
Alright, well, for individual, you could always just get a eco-friendly vehicle.
Like
So
electric
for
cars,
tradition-
Tesla, Elon Musk, new
But it
Cybertruck.
also depends on how you get your energy, because in some cases, burning oil might be better than actually like doing some other sketchy stuff, like burning coal, for example. If your area burns coal for energy, so unless you get a Tesla Powerwall and a Tesla solar panel, then clean vehicles might not be the best option if you want to decrease your carbon footprint.
Wiser words have never been said. Do you have any solutions, Gavork?
I have a solution. Okay.
Okay, one of the contributing factors to global warming actually are air conditioners because they take hot air out of the room and into the and take it out.
Well, if it takes hot air from one area to another, wouldn't that just keep the the average temperature equal? Like, you can't create energy out of nothing. So why are air conditioners bad?
Well, first of all, they obviously use fossil fuels, and second of all, I mean, you're taking the hot air outside and releasing it into the environment. So
You're saying it's better to keep all that hot air trapped inside your house?
Well,
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we should instead of
So we
pushing
should cool
it
down the
basically.
hot air and then.
So especially
not
during
have
the
hot-
summertime, we should just chill out on the air conditioning. Is basically what you're
No,
saying.
Chill out on the air conditioning.
No. What I'm saying is that we should come up with better designs to buildings, for example, to allow hot air and cold air to pass through easily instead of hot air just being trapped and for it nowhere to go.
So we can just open the.
And we should also We should also
Well,
use
the thing
better.
about air conditioning, it's not that it moves hot air to outside. It's just that it's like taking hot air. It's like removing hot air from current air to make that air cooler, and then pumping the hot air outside and pumping the cool air inside. So making the entire house able to have a bunch of air flow through and open. That's not going to make your life much more comfortable.
Yeah,
So why would
well-
someone buy a house if it has that problem or
Well-
feature, depending on how you look at it?
Think about it this way: that cold air is now in this house, so that means it's now even hotter outside because there's less cool air. So we should make it so then breezes could easily cool down the building.
But
We
let's
show-
say
So then it absorbs less heat.
Okay.
Buildings in general.
Alright.
well, that's an interesting solution. Good
well,
lord.
isn't it just
I mean,
naturally
I'll be
that-
honest with you. I took this information from Minute Earth. They make good videos, scientific videos about global warming and other stuff.
Another suggestion I have is just
Okay,
like
what?
switching to renewable energy as an individual. Since we're on the topic of individual help or help towards stopping climate change, we could also just switch to like solar panels. Though it's not really economically viable for most people, it's still a solution overall. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
how would you feel about switching to solar panels, or do you have any other possible solutions to
I
offer?
feel like it could depend on where you are in the world, because some places don't get as much sun. So where
Yeah.
are you gonna get that solar energy from?
I mean, you
Like,
could
is it
just
cloudy all the time.
just like advertise it towards like more sunny areas like California
I
right
guess,
here,
yeah.
or
yeah.
let me think of another sunny area, maybe Australia.
So not everyone
Well,
needs to do
it's
it, but
not a matter of sun. Like, it's not a matter of heat. Like, as long as you're getting sunlight, that's how it works. And the hotter it is, solar panels get worse. So it can also be applied to areas that get sun, but just like aren't that warm as well. Like, I don't
where
know,
we live.
Well, we could
Moscow
also use
or Antarctica.
windmills.
Yo, do you have
There-
do you have a
in
solution
summer.
to offer, Nicholas?
Yeah, we could also use windmills.
Yo, hold up.
Windmills create continuous renewable energy, and that is transferred into
yeah.
houses.
But what if they
Yeah,
kill a
but-
bunch of birds?
You know, prior
Windmills
to
move faster than you think.
Oh.
prior to actually researching this, I was like, hold up, wait, why don't we just use more solar panels and windmills overall over like fossil fuel?
You cut off.
Okay, yeah, I'll repeat that. Why don't we use more like fossil fuels or windmills? No, why don't we use more solar panels and windmills over like fossil fuel alternative or fossil fuel and
And,
nuclear reactors?
Oh, is it
They
possible?
also do have
Oh.
working on technology that so when a bird flies near a windmill, they do have technology that makes the windmill stop, preventing the
Yeah,
bird from
but when I
actually
did some
falling.
research on this topic, I found out that apparently it's not very economically viable for governments to do it, as like just burning fossil fuels is like
Yeah.
way more economically viable. So I guess that's kind of the reason why we don't have it implemented everywhere,
And-
especially
and
in third world
windmills,
countries.
They need land, right?
Ah.
Yeah, windmills
Right,
need
Not
lots
always
of
gonna be land.
energy and
They're
land
gonna be
and
available, so.
labor to do. Yeah, what do you want?
Two other reasons.
I have a wait.
Two other
Yeah,
reasons.
Okay, good.
I-
Okay, George.
Thank you. Two other reasons why we still have this problem is because first we can't see it, so like it's hard to fight something that you can't see. And second of all, we're gonna have to change so much about our lifestyle in order to deal with this situation. Because if we manage to turn things around, it'll still be 2 degrees hotter in the next 100 years or so. But I mean, like I guess it's better than 7 degrees hot.
Yeah,
Still gonna be
kind-
terrible. for
kind
climate.
of like the traditional ecological knowledge I was taught or I was brought in to from this class. They were one of the assignments mentioned like traditional ecological knowledge from like Native Americans in the United States before us Americans actually colonized it. They were talking about how these Native Americans had ecological knowledge that was traditional, basically traditional ecological knowledge that helped to make reuse all the land and resources without actually creating pollution and destroying the environment around it. But of course it didn't really count for energy, so I guess it's not that reliable in this situation, but it could. Scientists are apparently looking into it as a possible solution to maintain our population and reduce pollution overall drastically, basically. Okay, so
Interesting.
what do you think are some solutions on a local level, like in our county?
Well, you could always just walk to school, for example, instead of driving.
That's kind of
If it's-
Yeah,
that's
good morning.
individual. That's individual.
I
Bike
wa-
instead of
actually-
driving.
I do walk home from school,
I guess we
30
could.
minutes every day.
I guess we
Oh,
could talk
take
about
a bus.
how
You do take the bus.
schools
though,
could
so-
force us to
Yeah.
walk to
I
school.
used to.
Yo,
I used to.
yo,
I
yo.
stopped now,
but
though.
we could talk about how schools could force us to walk to school, but I guess that's not very nice.
Well,
Well,
like
there's
there's
some
a thing
people
about
that
that. There's a
really
thing of
are.
fairness, because in our
Yeah.
school we have we come with two main middle schools filter into our high school, and like one is like closer and then one is further. So like why would the kids further away have to walk so much further? And if you let them take a car, then like, what if someone in that in the closer school has like a disability? Like, would they be able to take a car? So like, I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate, but like, that's not very realistic.
I think the best way would be just carpool or bus. I mean, try to go into vehicles with other people and limit the amount of cars that are being put into the road.
For me, I think the best way is to continue these sketchy Zoom calls, because as a result, then like every student can like learn. If we make it like a much better experience and like, I don't know, more similar to school environment through like advancements in technology, but that's not like a very growing field, like educational tech. But like, if we have continuous Zoom calls, that'd be pretty nice.
Yes, it would be
Schools-
really nice.
Schools also use a lot of energy to like have their lights, their Wi-Fi, like giant Wi-Fi's, and like just giving out energy in general. So that could cut a lot of costs down.
Yeah, but any local solutions?
That is local.
Oh, schools
Yeah,
start
any
using
more
renewable
local
energy.
solutions.
Any other solutions? Okay.
Yeah.
You guys go.
I guess renewable energy at a local level could work, but as I said earlier, kind of too expensive. Maybe
Yeah.
the government could start like spending less money on the military and spending much more budgeting into renewable energy. Maybe that could work.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
They should also.
I think something else at local level, like we can have like the
Amount
state
of,
or each other plant more trees.
Plant more trees. Yeah,
Like huge trees.
I think that happened before with a YouTuber named Mr. Beast. Team Trees. I actually donated like $20 to their foundation.
So you essentially
nice.
planted 20 trees.
Yeah, basically, I kind of saved the environment. Thank me later. So, any words, Gevorg, since you were trying to say something earlier?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really relate to this topic, so I guess it's fine.
You can just bring it up
Okay, I'll
anyways.
promise not to roast you.
Okay. On a county level, we can
Oh,
have
yeah, county
cars being. We can start using electric cars. So I see Tesla giving
Oh.
cars.
Like buses and stuff?
Well, what do you
Like
mean
for school
giving
buses?
cars? This is like opera. You get a car. You get a.
Well,
I guess they could just give like
having the
community
attitude,
community cars, like in like New York, for example. We could start putting electric systems towards the trains and cabs and
Yeah.
school buses.
Making everyday things like
Wait,
buses.
do trains use?
I guess trains could be electric actually. I think
Well, they
so.
do have like
Yeah.
the electric subway ones, like in
Yeah.
Asia and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with the magnets.
But then comes the problem with electric energy is like, what if the electric energy is gained from fossil fuels? So, we should start promoting electric energy coming from solar panels and windmills and other renewable energy sources like this hydrogen, like dams and stuff, like dams.
Like Honda has released that.
But when you
Yeah,
make hydrogen, it
not
also
from-
makes a lot of heat. So like, although it's renewable, it'll still produce a bunch of heat.
That's true. Maybe we can just focus in on windmills and solar panels, anything related to it, I guess.
So if somebody's house is taking up space, we just gotta tell them gotta relocate because we gotta build a windmill farm over here. So
That's not very nice. Okay, I mean, there's tons of unused land in the United States, especially in the middle.
you cut out.
Okay,
again.
okay. There's a lot of unused land in the United States, in my opinion, especially in the middle of the country. Like,
But most
yeah,
of that
middle of
land
the
is
desert.
probably not near where
Desert.
anybody lives. So
It's also for.
What if-
It's also allocated for a bunch of animals.
that energy from.
What if you
to,
Yo,
like,
yo,
you know,
yo, what can work?
so-
Make your
what
statement.
if you put those windmills in the sea? I mean, I already. Because think about it, it's extremely windy in the ocean.
That's why we
You're
have
gonna be
like
able
the
to generate-
hydraulic
Wait.
energy and like the energy.
I already know it's happening, but like we should do more of that.
Yo, join my
Just-
environmental science class or
Okay.
my environmental studies class right now.
I have
What
an
about the
idea.
solar
At the
panels
local
in the desert?
level, we get like coolant. So coolant has like a very low boiling temperature. So you get a bunch of make a machine that like is a generator using coolant. Like a bunch of our reactors like boil water. But if we boil coolant and then attach it to every human being, then we use every human's body heat to power stuff. And that might, even if it might be very little, if we got all 7.8 billion human beings.
Alright, I'm gonna stop you there because this thing has been running. This podcast has been running for 30 minutes, so we gotta need to speed run it in the next 10 minutes or so. So I'm gonna add in the final question, sort of. What are some solutions on a global level, like across countries like China and Russia, as I mentioned earlier?
Said, we strap.
Okay, no, get out with the idea. Okay. What can work?
Okay, well, first of all, in my opinion, our leaders, they're like, yeah, let's solve climate change. But then they're like, no, you go first. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of trying to delay it and try to make other countries, start fixing this first, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wait? Like, sure, maybe it's not our problem yet, but eventually it will. And I don't want my children living in hell, basically.
Also,
Like,
there's one that I think many people are gonna be against it, but it's adopting a vegetarian or vegan lifestyle, because one of the main contributors to climate change and global warming is how do I say this?
Methane?
Yes,
Cows?
methane from cows. So
yeah, because whenever
that
they
anger
burp,
a lot of people, because companies like Beyond Meat and like the Impossible Burger still haven't perfected the technology yet. So
I also make people love steak. I love steak.
Yeah, same. Like, no offense to like
I
solutions for
can't
climate
get that,
change.
can't get that.
I
I'm
kind of like meat too much, but I'm willing to like sacrifice other things like transportation.
Oh, but
I can
if
just start
it-
walking more.
of like replicating meat, then sure, why not? I mean, tastes the same.
Yeah,
I think we should, on
It's
global
not-
level. Okay, you can continue.
Oh, I just want to add that also, like, the Beyond Meat burgers, they aren't necessarily better for your health, so I mean, you're kind of sacrificing your health for the environment, so I don't know if you would want to do that, but
Yo, I would like to bring up some solutions I researched earlier about from NASA, actually. Some resources, some solutions from NASA about mitigation and adaptation. About how mitigation to reduce climate change, we can just it says right here, reducing the flow of heat trapping greenhouse gases into atmosphere, which is kind of generic in my opinion, or to summarize it in layman terms, it's basically to let me think. I remember. Okay, it's basically adding solar panels and windmills, like we said earlier. It's just kind of a repeat of that. But what I've actually found pretty interesting was like adaptation. It's kind of a different idea. It's kind of just like a reality check kind of solution. It's basically just adapt to the new temperature. It's kind of whack in my opinion, but it's a solution that NASA gives for a global level, albeit like very reality check-esque like.
Cynic?
Yeah, cynic.
Something similar to like big companies.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a deal with it kind of solution, because adaptation, just deal with it.
That's terrible idea.
Well, NASA's giving that out, so I don't know what's up with NASA.
Oh yeah, let's just deal it. Let's just watch as all the ice caps slow. Let's just watch as New York City gets drowned and Florida gone.
Well, NASA.
As everything becomes dry.
Well, NASA doesn't like just say that. It's like we should stop climate change, but in the process, when we stop climate change, we kind of made some irreversible effects happen, right, Gavor?
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah,
that's
so
for sure.
NASA's just saying we should stop it right now and just deal with the aftermath of what we've already done already. So by doing this, NASA's
all the stuff we did is too late.
Yeah,
like
so
as I said, our climate is gonna increase 2 degrees. And even if we stop right now, everything, it's still gonna increase till 2 degrees.
Yeah, so we're just gonna have to deal with the extra 2 degrees, and NASA's is trying to actually do something about it by implementing more climate-friendly sources of energy into our United States ecosystem of energy of sorts, and trying to add other renewable sources as well, and trying to stop it overall. They're apparently also trying to reduce the pollution that comes from launching spaceships into space because of how much heat is released and pollution actually released from launching a spaceship.
I know it's kind of off topic, but whenever we launch a spaceship, because the amount of stuff we drop, we kind of are creating a barrier between us and space, because like let's say a fuselage tank is broken up, is dropped and is left floating around. Well, then a rock hits it and then it fragments. Then
We were
and then
going
it,
off
and then
topic.
that happens and again, which is which is a
Wait,
problem
Nick,
that's happening.
would you like to
right
share something? You haven't spoken in a
I
while.
wanna add
Yes,
something.
Nicholas. Yeah.
So according to this website, Forbes, so some way we can change the global emission globally is by choosing
You'll
the
send that
leader,
link on Discord. I'll cite it later.
correct leader.
You'll send that
It
link.
seems as though Biden proposed
Joe Biden?
$1 to renewable energy subsides. So possibly choosing a leader for a specific country can possibly change the direction of which the Earth is going into.
Yeah, for sure. So,
Okay,
on a final note, since we're almost hitting 40 minutes, I would like to ask you all, how would you reduce climate change, which then kind of reduces wildfires, at an individual level yourself? Like, this isn't individual, local, or global level. This is like personal level. Like, what would you do? I will start first since you guys need some time to think about it. Me personally, I kind of mentioned this earlier in my other assignments. I'm planning on just walking more and like starting to just kind of walk more to and from school more often, as I'm trying to get exercise in the way, as today I kind of ran to William's house and back. I really don't want to talk about what happened in between, but yeah, I just ran there and back. I don't want to talk about it.
I think it would be better if you informed the viewers on what you did.
actually, it would probably be better not to.
Yeah, it's probably better not to inform of what happened. So all you gotta know is I'm trying to incorporate walking and running more into my transportation methods rather than like depending on cars and stuff. And another, I'm probably not gonna make changes to my diet again, like as I said before, because I kind of like meat, but I'm willing to make other sacrifices as well. I'm also actually using less plastic as well. I'm using a water bottle right now to drink water. So, you know, okay, you know what? I'm also I'm also actually composting my trash as well, because the government kind of gave me compost.
Oh yeah, recycling is a big thing.
Yeah, I also
That's kind
recycle
of
a
weird
little
though.
bit.
The rule here is like all those clamshells, you know, like when you buy like strawberries, the clamshell plastic things you get, you have to throw those away.
Okay,
Instead of recycling them.
now I'm gonna go one by one since I just stated my solutions.
Alright.
Nathan, other Nathan,
Alright.
what changes are you willing to make?
Well, so far, like you said, walking to school, I've been doing that more often, and like you said about the water bottle, I've also been doing that. I think I can also use energy more efficiently, like turning off or unplugging unused electronics, you know, before I go to sleep or whenever I leave the house.
Wait, that's a good
because
point.
There's no point in leaving them on unattended, so
24-hour Roblox grinding.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I guess that's a change you're gonna make in the future. That's a change you're gonna make in the future. No Roblox grinding. No anime fighting simulator 24-hour grind.
I've actually stopped that. Man.
Okay, what a great and positive change on the environment. What about you? Yo, let's give this kid a round of applause. Right now, okay. So, Bill Mang or William Mang, what solutions do you propose?
Okay, so this is pretty hard for me since I'm like I have the least carbon footprint, even though I'm the only one with the lights on in my room because I have really bad natural lighting. But see, I bike to school every day, even in the rain. Okay, I don't mean to brag.
Being late to school.
Okay, nah, but on a serious note, me and my family, we're deciding to get like solar panels, but even more individually for me, I've been planning to drink more water, because water is easy, it's like less eco-damaging.
Wait, but is it from water bottles or from
No, just like, you know those water, like those giant like blue tanks they have, and it's like 30
Oh yeah.
35 cents.
Yeah.
I think from that.
Wait, like in a cup? I'm assuming you just grab a cup in your cupboard or something.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. That's pretty legit.
So I've been drinking more water, and like for like my math thing, when like, so my teacher assigns me a bunch of like math homework, but like it's really sketchy. Like she already has a paper, so she takes a picture of it, sends it to me, and I print. But when she takes a picture, it's not perfectly white because she didn't scan it. So when I print, like it uses a bunch of ink. So to reduce that, like every time I get a problem, like I crop it to like minimize the amount of ink possible. So that also decrease like our use of paper and ink.
Okay, Georg.
Adding on to that, you could I've got like a discount Apple Pencil, so I no longer have to do I no longer have to print out the worksheets. I can just do them electronically and just
Wait,
Hold
do you have
up.
a drawing pen?
yeah.
For like
You
iPads.
could please borrow.
Oh, chill out. We can discuss this later. Okay, the podcast is like 40 minutes right now. 40-minute podcast right now.
Alright, so
Georg, give me the solutions.
I'm gonna save the stuff. I'm gonna say the stuff I'm already doing, which is walking to school, using whenever like I go shopping or well my family goes shopping. We use like we don't take plastic bags or
You
use
use
the
like the
big bags.
reusable bags, right? Like
Hey, we use our own bags. We have filtered water instead of water bottles.
Yep.
Filtered water from like tap water. You like pour the tap
Like-
water into that
No,
filter.
not tap water, like
Like a
actual
filter
filtered
where you,
water.
like-
No, I mean like don't you like don't you like pour tap water
Like
into
the
this
one I
machine
was
thing?
talking about.
Yeah, from a machine into like no, you pour the tap water into like this kind of jug thing that filters the water automatically, and then you drink that.
No, it's more like I don't know exactly how it works. I'll be
Alright,
honest.
let's just
Since
say it's a water filter system.
Okay, water filter.
Ooh.
yeah, I guess you could just
Okay.
say that. It's like its own mini faucet. You could say.
Yes, yes.
Is that all?
That's okay. If it's-
Yeah. For,
Yeah, I
as
think-
right now. Oh yeah. I also recycle a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'm always diligent in making sure I recycle
Personally,
and.
I didn't really have to recycle that much because I don't really use plastic that much, except for
You know,
Oh,
if you do
it's not just
your
plastic, it's paper
animated
as well.
cases, your animated-
For as well, not just plastic.
I guess. Okay, Nicholas,
Cardboard.
final words, solutions, anything you want to
My
say?
stuff is pretty similar to you guys, but you know, some people may not be able to get to school by walking, so
Yeah.
you know, carpooling or public
Bike.
transportation.
Carpooling? Yeah, carpooling is actually legit.
I carpool with my brother.
And also changing from recycled water bottles to
Oh, yeah.
actual water bottle.
That's for sure a great change to do in the future. Is that all?
Yeah.
Any
Are we done
final
with the rank cafe?
any final words you guys would like to say before I end this podcast?
On the global scale, I have the one solution is to like have a specific disease or virus spread, and as a result, those who are like, let's say, more careless or more careless about their
Oh my God.
environment and their surroundings, they'll get.
It's
they'll
such a good
contract the
idea.
virus.
I wonder if that's happening
No,
already.
Only
And
we're
then
forcing
they'll,
people to stay
you know,
inside.
go away,
Uh.
and then as a result, we have the cream of the crop humanity and a dash of luck. Like since
You have a point
This is
though.
less
We are not.
like one human has a giant carbon footprint, eliminating even one human, like that's like
No, but
one
Joe,
1 degree
ask-
removed on the Earth.
Yeah.
So if you remove 7.98 billion humans, it'll be negative like 7.8 billion degrees
What do you mean?
Kelvin.
Every 1 billion is
Okay,
maximum.
would you like to do the ending theme for the rant
Oh, but
cafe?
I would
There's
like
no
to-
ending
I would
theme.
Oh,
like to
okay.
add one more thing. I've also been I have a home garden. I don't know if that really helps, but I don't have to buy produce from the stores, and that way I don't need to have those plastic boxes or those plastic bags that become so.
Oh, wait, I need dinner. My parents are roasting.
Okay,
me. I
say
gotta
say
go.
bye to the camera first before we're already done.
Sayonara.
Okay, any buys? Nathan
Bye,
Chang.
guys.
Hey guys.
Okay. Bye guys, this is the end of this one-off podcast I had to make for this assignment.